Hello, everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Pole vault legend Sergey Bubka on Mondo Duplantis and the pole vault world record. I don't believe in limits. Bubka paved the way for the likes of Duplantis by breaking down barriers in the pole vault. Now, 21 years on from the last of his 35 world records, the athletics great gives his opinion on the sport he dominated for close to 2 decades. In the world of pole vaulting, one athlete stood head and shoulders above his competition. Over a glittering career, he broke the world record time after time, won a slew of world titles, and rose to the pinnacle of his sport by claiming Olympic gold. You may be forgiven for thinking we were talking about Mondo Duplantis. But long before the tenacious Swede started his own record-breaking career, Sergey Bubka was rewriting the history books as the most dominant athlete his sport had ever seen. In many ways, Bubka created the blueprint for what current world record holder Duplantis is doing today. Over a 20-year career, the now 61-year-old proved untouchable in the field, setting 35 pole vault world records indoors and outdoors, with most raising the bar a single centimeter over the last. So when he talks about sport, the athletics world sits up and listens. Read on to discover what he has to say about his own legendary performances and the thrilling prospect of just how high an athlete like Duplantis could potentially vault Sergey Bubka on the heights the pole vault world record can reach. I don't believe in limits. While Bubka raised the bar literally and figuratively throughout his pole vault career, his thoughts on his own greatest performances provide an inkling of just how high Duplantis or any other future pole vault champion can go. And he has the word of scientists to back it up. In a sport where your vault can be much higher than the height at which the bar is set, the 6-time outdoor world title holder suggests that his highest jumps were a world away from the official marks that have gone down in history. I remember when I cleared 5.95 m at the Tokyo World Championships. Japanese scientists analyzed his winning vault and said it could be possible to clear 6.37 m. A year later, I did a world record, again in Tokyo, and they said 6.34 m, Bubka said in an exclusive interview with Olympics.com. But I consider my highest jump was in the Athens 1997 World Championships, where I cleared 6.01 m. Even for me, it was difficult to believe how big the gap was between the bar and my body. It was about half a meter in this case. This anecdote makes for mouth-watering reading for those who like to speculate on just how high Duplantis could vault today. Or, indeed, what may have happened if the two greats had competed in the same era. So, how does he feel about the rise of Duplantis, a journey that so closely mirrors his own? First, I'm really happy and pleased to have such a great athlete in pole vault and athletics because it's important that it always needs to continue, Bubka told us. The new generation should grow, should bring new victories, new emotions to the people, to set up new records. Sergey Bubka. Why Mondo Duplantis has been so dominant in recent years. Of course, for an athlete like Bubka or Duplantis himself to dominate so much in a sport, they need to have a special type of profile. In Bubka's eyes, those traits extend far beyond sporting prowess, but represent the perfect combination of all aspects of an athlete's being. If you put together his technique, his skills, his mental condition, passion for sport, a very sporty family, his entourage surrounds him, who really support him, who motivate him, now he's on another level, Bubka said of Duplantis. You can see a huge difference compared to others, and of course, this is great for sport. This is important for the development of pole vault. Bubka was the first ever athlete to break the 6-meter barrier in the pole vault, ending his career with the indoor world record of 6.15 m and outdoor record of 6.14 m. Such was his dominance that the indoor mark remained the world's best for more than 20 years, while the outdoor record wasn't broken for 16. For many pole vaulters, the 6-meter mark remains the holy grail. Even 20 years on from Bubka's greatest vaults, only gold winner Duplantis vaulted over 6 meters in the Paris 2024 Olympic final. For Bubka, there is a simple explanation for this. Even though he also acknowledges that reaching the mark is far from an easy task. This is a technical skill issue, he replied when asked why the barrier still feels so symbolic today. If you do not have the right technique, you will never jump 6. 6 is the limit, it's the maximum. If you do it technically the right way, what we try to bring to pole vault with my coach, which gave 30 or 40 centimeters difference to others, this is because of technical skills, how Bubka broke barriers to redefine the future of pole vault. Within a month of Roger Bannister famously breaking the 4-minute mile barrier in 1954, Australia's John Landy shaved more than a second from his time with a run of 3.58. Within 10 years, 335 other runners had achieved a mile time of under 4 minutes. In a similar way, when Bubka broke the pole vault world record, the floodgates opened. But instead of others reaching his level, he continued to raise the bar alone in his sport. His memories of that first world record almost echo those of Bannister, who saw his run as a psychological barrier and not the impossible task some had deemed it to be. I would say it was very difficult in the beginning to go over the barrier that was never done by anyone, Bubka explained. This was tough and difficult, but step by step when I tried to find motivation, it was an interesting challenge to always raise the bar and try to reach a new world record. Now, looking back, he can see the importance of being that person who took his sport to another level, bringing new motivation to the athletes who came after him and setting a standard that would inspire for decades to come. This was also a great moment for sport, for athletics, and of course to make many people all over the world happy to enjoy the moment, he said. And also to create motivation for the young generation to join sport, to join athletics, to perform for themselves. Yet still, even as one of the greatest pole vaulters in history, Bubka sees great potential for his sport, based upon the extraordinary things he feels he could have achieved in his own career had conditions been ideal. Even when I retired with 6.15 m, I considered it not enough, he said. I had a dream to retire with 6.20 m. I thought that 6.20 m would last long, but it was difficult sometimes because of the weather conditions. You're ready for a world record, but when you come and there's rain or wind and it's hot, you realize there's no chance today. But of course, to put everything together is not easy. Every day is new. You are a different person on a new day. Please subscribe the channel. Share this with a friend. Thank you.